Pounders, welcome back. Today we're going to be covering a little BBM5 risers, a little bit of fallers, some news from camp, as well as ripping a BBM5 draft. Shout out to the people that showed up here early. We start a little early before the scheduled time, 5 minutes. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, we have Hayden Winks joining us for a weekly winners video. Truly excited for that. We are within 200 of the 24-hour live stream. It's probably the odds. It's like 50-50. It's 50-50 if it happens. So if you guys want to see that, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, do all the things for the YouTube algorithm. Now, for the most important part of the show, and $25 of this was yesterday getting Moss 17 picks after ADP. So one sec, we had to go ahead, buy a new website, victorylab.io, now the newest website for the pound here. Yeah, guess what? Like Zach Moss could smash this year, right? But where you win right now is we're going to be able to draft him at a better price. Like I'm not opposed to getting Moss in like the 110 range, which is where we got him yesterday, I believe at 108. And I mean, did we leverage this take? Absolutely, we leveraged this take. And that's how you end up hitting even harder if your guess is correct. So shout out to you boys that followed this, follow the CSV updates. We had Chase Brown ranked ahead of Moss, which is kind of scary. The first CSV update after the NFL draft. A little scary, but it seems like it paid off today. Shout out to Ben May, who had 30% Chase Brown. 30% Chase Brown. So crazy. Was reading some articles for the Pats because it's kind of a tougher team to figure out what's going on there with, especially like the pass catchers, right? Javon Baker getting negative news, playing with the Sixes, like literally in a B league. And then he's all of a sudden making good plays and great catches, catch of the day, all that. I still think Javon Baker towards the end of the season, I would rather have over someone like KJ Osborne, but KJ Osborne probably will open up the season with more of a role. Something we're expecting a lot of these late receivers like Malik Washington behind Odell, some of these other guys that go late, it's sort of expected that you're going to get that slow start, but you're drafting them for the upside at the end of the season. And here's how it's going in New England. KJ Osborne, Juju Smith-Schuster, Tyquan Thornton are all getting reps before Doug Polk. Like, do we think that's real? It's not. Like, it's not. They're following the seniority list. They're doing it the right way from a team perspective. And however, we are the biggest spoons. And BBM coming to a 50% fill. This is draft number 80. We sneak in. We get pick 101. Deserved. One would say deserved. Some other people might disagree. If you guys snuck into this one with me, let me know where you are drafting from. This is deadly. This is a deadly 5-6 turn. Lamar Andrews is deadly. Let's go CMC. We actually are at 8% CD Lamb now, so we are officially we are officially spoons. At the 101 at 102. Where we're suffering is our 103s. Obviously, with Hill being at 4%, I want that to be higher. If I have to sacrifice Chase shares, like if Hill falls to 4 or whatever, like we'll do that as well. But yeah, we have 71 drafts left if we include this one. So we're trying to catch up. Ownership wise in the first round, relatively balanced. I like my Garrett Wilson over Puka take. Look at the ADPs. They're exactly the same. And we called this shit since the big board. However, AJ Brown's another one. I want this at minimum at 7%. So shouldn't be hard to catch up there as well. Just there's so many like ADP drafters when you get to pick like 9. It goes pretty much in order. So here, actually, Puka going before A.J. Brown in this one is against the norm, at least what I've seen. Diego in the house, Logan here, Smooth Criminal. Kevin, what's up? Good evening. Let's go. You got to get it done. You got to get it done. House of the Dragon, a little show that the wifey and I, we venture to. But we're like 3 episodes behind, like at all times. And that's life with the kiddo. That's life with the toddler. Chase Brown will either feed me or starve me this year. I have a hard time seeing him like destroy a portfolio. Even if you're at 25% and he misses, he should still have some weeks where he spikes. Just my take has always been on that scenario is give me the guy who's going to make a bigger impact later in the season. It's really, in my opinion, that was my big brain analysis on the play, as well as like Zach Moss isn't like an overly efficient back. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Either way, we're getting a discount on Zach Moss, and I like that. I can now probably draft him. Getting him at, let me see. Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. It was yesterday. Zach Moss, we got him at 107. Not bad. Not bad. We'll take him around there. It just depends who's on the board as well, right? Personally got the Sun God at 8. London at 17. Devonta Smith at 32. BBM? BBM? Said post it in the Discord. Disgusting. So sick. Pepitoni, what's going on? How are we? Forey Wayne, how are we, fellas? If you just joined us, go down, slap the like on the live stream. We're on the way to 2K subs for that 24-hour live stream. And every bit of engagement helps, goes a long way. HN goes at 20. All right, now do we pull up? Let's pull up the exposure god, the portfolio optimizer on bestballoverlay.com. And let's see these combinations. DK's at 43% still. Let's stay away from the Christian McCaffrey DK here. Nico, we have a CMC Nico share, which is insane. Give us Waddle. Oh, God. Give us. God damn, boys. God damn. Like, literally, all the ADP value, any chance at like a different combination just sucked directly from the room. However, I don't mind this. Let's go Cup first. I know this is going to be my second share with Cup. What did we do on the live stream the other night? I'm going to have to find it. I didn't upload the new CSV, so is it... Did I actually name the team? I did. We went Cup and Evans. Okay, so here we'll go Cup and Smith for a different start here. Very fun. Wanted Waddle here. Definitely a combination that you could get earlier on, and now it's tougher to get. You need him to fall 4 spots, which not common, in my opinion. Kurt in the house, what's up, baby? What's going on? What's going on? BBM draft number 80. Crazy. It's really heating up. The season is heating up. You're getting ADP risers and fallers with the positive news or negative news in camp. Like Rondale Moore playing with the 4s. Not that he's going to fall, but good for Mooney. And definitely good for the people slapping Mooney, because you end up, you can be a Mooney slappy. There is such thing. We're at 11%. He's pretty safe in that range, to be honest, in my opinion. Tank Dell off the board at 32. Okay. The 12 spot getting weird. Going Gibbs and Barkley here. The 12 spot getting weird. How many badge? 1, 2, 3, 4 badgeless. It's like the average nowadays. Dennis in the house. What's going on? It's been a minute, Dennis. What's up? Glad to see you. Pepitoni hitting the PR stunt. Like and subscribe, or else He's going straight Italian with it. Just strong arming the subs here. That's crazy. Let's go. Yeah. I think it was Davis Maddock that like loves Rondell Moore just because he's like fun size. He's got to lean into the bit, I guess. Amari Cooper and Pittman, so 12 spot catching up now. It's important. It's important to double tap receiver there after going double RB. So maybe survivable. We'll have to keep an eye on that. I agree. I think they're focused on so many other like gameplay, tournaments, other really big improvements that are more meaningful for the drafter. This is just something that we want as like for fun. This is something we want for fun. Back before Battle Royales, you had to get your badge in the draft room, officially in the draft room. Now you can get your badge in like a freaking less than a week. Just doing Battle Royales in season or other sports, multi-sport Battle Royales. Sam Laporta goes at 44. Shit. Shit. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. I got CD Waddle, Smith start at pick 3 yesterday. That's fun. Bayou, what's up? Glad to see you, dude. ETN goes off the board. That's good for us. We need to get off the ETN click. Pacheco off the board. That would have been nice to fall to us. Because what's Pacheco's ADP now? 40. We have him at 42, but to get him at 48 would have been sick. Give us Hurts. All right. All right. What's the next click going to be? Hurts and Rice? That's 11 picks before ADP. Not that it's the biggest deal, but let's see what the news is on misses practice because of illness. Keenan Allen, we're at 3%. Dallas, Washington, Arizona. We could go. Is Terry off the board? Terry's off the board for the Philly bring back. No ADP values really on the board. It's kind of go get your guy season here. I don't mind going Rice there, but let's go. God, let's be a Keenan Allen slappy here. Let's be a Keenan Allen slappy. We're at 3%. I don't want to be at 3%. I probably want to end up around like probably around 4 or 5. So this is a decent spot for me to mix him in. I have so much Rice. 14%, and then just in season long, he's in our top exposures at 21%. So we did get ahead of the curve better in other contests than we did BBM, but still 14%'s nice. So I don't feel the need to really drag him up 11 more spots for no reason. Is anyone buying the Jonathan Mingo juice in camp? I need to know. Hey, I know there's someone in here that drafted a Mingo share today. I need you to reveal yourself. We can cleanse you of all sins. Oh, jeez. We're not doing this again, right? We can't? I never like my team every time I go bully tight end. Yeah, it's not supposed to look good. Davis in the house. Have you ever gone 2 elite tight ends just to be different? I was picking from 6 with Bijan, Debo, Laporta, Kirk, Pitts. It's fine to mix it up, but I don't love doing it with Laporta. If I'm going to do it, I would rather it be like, give me like Kittle and Pitts. Don't give me the guy that has to land as tight end 1. It's just like too much pressure. It's too much pressure, and then just because of the ADP, and then yeah, I think Kittle and Pitts could actually be a fun combo because Kittle could disappear for games, and then he could put up a huge week. So if you're going double elite tight end, you want that guy that can put up a big spike week. So in my opinion, I probably want Kittle with with my double elite tight end builds, but I'm not clicking two of these guys within pits, personally. You can get different so many other ways. I would just rather get different, in my portfolio at least, through the first 3 rounds. It's the easiest way to do it. You're also leaning in the heaviest into the first 3 rounds. Like, your team's success depends on hitting, especially first and second round picks. Third round, obviously, next most important. And there are, I think there are going to be some bombshell misses in this range. There always are. Like last year's second round was pretty gross. Rice off at 58 to the Kelsey team. This guy's just like, screw it. Over the Rhine. I want to say Over the Rhine might be a pounder. He just like is always in our rooms. Name's very familiar. Why is Ferguson's ADP low? My highest exposure tight end. He might be mine as well. Let's turn this to tournaments. We'll give you an inside peek here for being good boys. Okay, he's third at 16.5. I should have known Henry was one. Even in Bestball Mania, he's third. I'm cool with this. Jonu, Fant being up there, Pat Fry, Likely. Like, that's what I want to see, boys. That's what I want to see. Ridley's still on the board somehow. Lad gets drafted. He had a couple good plays today. He like jumped for a ball in the end zone that he didn't need to jump for, and the crowd goes wild. So that was like kind of a little extra. I would like one of Ridley or BTJ. Johnny's underrated. Likely. Very likely he is. Oh, dear. No way! We get the Ridley drop to 72! We're cooking. We're officially cooking. It feels so nice. What's the news on DeMont? Geared up for year 2 at Detroit. Thank you. That's the information we needed. That might make me want to draft him right now. Honestly, probably going to do it. We could go Evan Ingram for the Calvin Ridley mini. I like Ingram. We have him at 14% too, though. So let's see what the next picks are. 96 and 97. I almost want to bring in like Curtis Samuel here too. Seattle. Can get a mini between Keenan Allen with JSN as well, but let's go high T. Let's just go get our guys. We're bringing Curtis Samuel up to 73 here. I have an idea for tight end later. I want to get my 5th receiver here. I have a small bet with myself, and I'm going to try to stick to it. It's every time I see JSN on the board as the next best receiver, just take Curtis Samuel. That's what I'm trying to do right now. So that's basically, that'll explain it for the crowd. Whether that's right or wrong. Stroud team, with Nico, Tyreek Hill and Nico, double RB, goes Kincaid. 3 receivers through 7 rounds. Good luck. Good luck, Bone. Good luck. Oh, faithful Monty. It's not a bad click in this range, too. Not a bad click. Plus, DeMont, he does leverage a bunch of elite pieces, which is fun. Over the Rhine with a 0-0-5-1 start. Looking strong. Brings in Warren at 82. Let's see, 96 and 97. We have a 0-1-5-1. No, we don't. That's that guy. We have a 1-1-5-0. All right, nice. You can always get Goddard, but can we get him? We should be able to get him at 120. Like he He falls pretty commonly. I think in rooms pretty recently, he's not falling as much. I'm curious what you guys think the reason for that is. I mean, we always knew like he was going to get pretty decent news in camp as being just like the clear number one tight end. It also seems like it's a mini tight end cliff after Goddard, in my opinion, at least. And then like Path Fry's in his own world, in my opinion. I think he's in a tier of his own. That's just like maybe not as high upside as Goddard, especially from a single game standpoint, but someone that should be able to provide some bit of consistency if Pittsburgh can't figure it out with their second favorite target on this team. Sus says BTJ went 92 in a BBM I did today. People really overreacting to camp. I love it. I love it. And you're just in here with a big mega spoon, just scooping. Just scooping. I agree should be closer to Ramondre for the Demont take. That's how we have him ranked. Actually, I think we have them ranked very close to one another because we're up on Stevenson at 75. So they are very close to each other in our CSV ranks. Bowers is one of the guys we wanted to target. He goes at 89. We have him ranked at 86. Won a lot of Bowers this year at 9%. Just can't get the man. The badge list 1, 2, 3, 1 start. What's he do here? Might be a hockey fan. Hockey and Buffalo Bills. Sabres, Bills. Stevenson off the board at 92. That would have been a gift. This range gets ugly. He goes to Mir. That's cool. We're fine with that. Let's see what Underdog has for ADPs. Zach Moss. All right, we're gonna bring in Njoku here. I don't want to fall too far behind. It's been a while since we've been able to get him as well. Cooper Kupp, Daniels. We have a couple QBs we could pair. I sort of want to target Staffy as my QB2 and stop there. Here, it's got to be a running back, in my opinion. It's probably going to be Mostert. Leverage some of those Miami pieces with Mostert. It's fine. Should have a pretty good role in the red zone as goal line back. We get a few pick fall on him as well, which helps. And we're off to the races. Also, if we get Goddard coming back to us, I'm comfortable stopping at 2. That'll save a roster spot on the back. So we'll see what ends up coming back to us. But this is just such a comfy start, just from like multiple different reasons. Like advancing, 1, 2, 5, 1 feels like a good start. Filling the flex, filling the tight end, elite QB. Oof. Zach Moss is going to fall. So, like, I'm not going to full fade Zach Moss. I'm hoping that he continues to fall with bad news and we'll get him at a better price than early drafters. That's the hope. And if that happens, if he falls far enough, we'll probably get up to 5, 6%. Mostert ripped a 70-yard untouched TD in camp today, beating the old, and yeah. Just going to keep mixing them in, especially as a leverage piece of the other Miami pieces. It's just feels necessary. We have this little mini between RBs, which is not my favorite thing to do, but who cares? It's week 16. The cool thing is we also have the week 17 mini with Njoku. So PPR Tyler in the house. What's up, baby? watching your stream earlier. Just grinding. The kid's just grinding. 13 picks. 13 picks. It's the tough thing about being on the end. Just so much waiting in these slower rooms, and typically the badgeless rooms run a little slower too. But you know what this gives us opportunity to? Little promo commercial, bestballoverlay.com. Save your portfolio today. You get to see the underline, you get to see the correlation between the QBs, the hover option of the game totals, you get the dome games on the screen. Did you know Las Vegas has, I believe it's actually 3 dome games in a row from week 15, 16, and 17. I just have week 16 and 17 showing right now because that's really all I care about. I like to break ties, player takes, but when we have 2 players in the same tier, I'll break it with correlation in the playoffs. Week 17 first, and then week 16. This helps me do that. So if you guys are interested in what you see on the screen, bestballoverlay.com, promo code all caps pounders for 33% off. And I will link that in the chat. Make it stupid easy. Goddard goes at 112. The badgeless strike again. The badgeless strike again. Can't even blame him. But yeah, with Kittle, it's kind of a fun combo, but the guy has freaking 3 receivers. Like, what are we doing here? Welcome to late July drafting. Oh my God. We were spoiled drafting with the boys all the time, drafting with experienced people, sickos in February for the big board. Absolute sickos. 2 weeks before Super Bowl, Underdog drops the big board. Unexpected, because it usually comes the day after the Super Bowl. Nope. A little run at RB. Chubb goes at 115. Oh, shit. What are we doing here? Who's next in ADP? Benson? I like Benson here. Benson's fun. Now that Singletary goes way before him, now we can comfortably draft Benson in this spot, and just seems so smart. Little nuances, small wins. That's the realm that we live in, the small win category. I like Josh Downs. He's getting hyped today. I like Sharps, but we're not going to get them both. Let's go Trey Benson for the upside with the Connor injury. I see we got the stack with Elliott, but like it's not getting me up in the morning. Kind of want to go downs here, but AD will likely play more in 2 wide receiver sets. Can we get Josh Downs back to us at 144? Probably not. Let's go AD here. We have a ton of Josh Downs. He did have a sick play in practice today, from what I was reading. We'll mix in AD. I have to. Like 3% is kind of criminal. It's kind of criminal. And he fell. Like he fell from his starting price, so we'll buy him here. It doesn't seem like he's dipping much further than this. Smooth Criminal says the Chubb rise is pretty wild. I'm assuming it says, are you doing a big dog this year? The big dog is what? The big dog's 500? I want to do the 250s. Like if the 250s come out, we'll be ripping those. I want to be able to do like 4 of them. If I do the big dog, only doing 2. I don't know. Doesn't seem as good for for what I have. I might end up putting more money on too this year. I'm going to have about 8 to 10 G's invested, but we're still like I could lose for like 3 years and still be up money from what we withdrew. And yes, there's a withdraw button on Underdog. It's crazy. I know it's a myth, but I found it. I found it. One of the few. Ben, what's up, baby? We already touted your victory lap. Did you come inside from the track yet? Did you come inside from the track after seeing the Chase Brown news? Or are you still got the long distance running shoes on? Yeah, I want to do more high stakes. It's just like the $500 draft like doesn't fill in a fast draft too, so that's a problem. That's a problem. I would literally have to go on Twitter, like at Peter Jennings, at Liam, at Sam Sherman. Like I'd have to get a bunch of people on, like Dave. He was in our one last year, and then we had one more sharp in our draft. I don't remember who it was. He come in third place by 3 points. I just finished a 15K. Oh shit. You know, normal people go on a walk, they do like a 5K. Ben just taking a lap, boy. Just taking a lap. I'll be home for supper. All right. Staffy with one of these clicks coming up. Staffy and an RB would feel pretty good. Unless we get one of the receivers, unless we get like Downs to fall to us, then we can. We don't want to go Downs and AD anyways, actually, now that I think about it. Let's see. Coming back to us. It looks like we're not going to have a Dallas bring back, which does kind of suck. Does feel bad. We can go a late Jalen Tolbert. We'll see. We'll see. With this team, I would have to bring in another spike week guy. That could be a potential 0 before I start clicking Tolbert. But our team has a pretty high floor, in my opinion, with like Keenan Allen too. Mike, I did this last year. I think this is very smart. I think it's very sharp. If you're thinking like this, you're already probably ahead of half the field. Do you ever take advantage of the different ADPs between different companies like Saquon, Kelsey, and Chubb, a few guys, even different scoring? Like if you go to DK and it's full point PPR with the 100-yard bonus, you should be starting to think differently about these contests. Tua's still on the board at 144. This is the Waddle draft right before us. He already has 2 QBs. It goes to the Tyreek Hill team. He's probably punching the air that he went T-Law. Oh, Chandler goes 1 pick before. Loser! I don't mind Burton here. This is the Underdog ADPs. Yeah, of course. Like we want Ty Chandler there big time. Man, this guy's causing us pain today. 2 picks mainly. The Waddle. Let's go Staffy first. We're done at QB. We pair our wide receiver 1 with the QB. Feels good. Jermaine Burton's just someone I think's going to rise. Someone we're already 15 picks ahead of ADP. This is something that's been pretty consistent since We've been high on this guy since a big board, but we can catch up at RB later. We can catch up at tight end later. If we get Fant back to us, I'll be pretty happy. So this is fun. I think we can cap this with Jalen Tolbert and be happy with it. And we'll get that Dallas stack. We'll have Tolbert, who's more of a floor type player for some of these rookies, with Keenan Allen, with some spike potential here too. So it seems like a well-balanced room. Running backs, hero RB build around CMC, Mostert, Trey Benson. We're going to need at least 2 more RBs. And you could stop at 2 tight ends with Njoku, but if we get Fant, which is going to be our hope, I think you could stop with those 2. Same bye week, but who cares? Switched over from the flock to the pound. I'm home now. You're crazy, boy. You're crazy. Appreciate you, dude. Welcome to the live stream. What do we got? Quentin Johnson still being drafted. Running with the 2s. Musgrave off, Cole Kmet off, TJ Hawk off the board, Ricky, Jaleel. I know who I want to come back to us. It's just a matter of, is it going to effing happen? So far, this draft's gone pretty smooth for us, though. 3 spot, didn't want to give us Waddle at 24. Dick. But he gives us Jalen Hurts, so he makes up for it. Gives us Jalen Hurts at 48. Insane, by the way. Insane. God, I am so glad we didn't draft a ton of Jalen Hurts early. Although I'm going to want shares with AJ Brown, and the only way to get those shares is to take him at 39. So I just find it hard. If I go Jalen Hurts, I really want it at either 39 with AJ Brown or here with Devonta Smith. So maybe that's what's happening. And I wasn't getting a lot of AJ Browns. My AJ Brown, just because I'm not getting the 9 spot or whatever it may be, is 4%. So that's why I was probably lower on Hurts. But I have a ton, it seems like, of Hurts with Devonta Smith. And a ton, probably 2 or 3. Holy shit. 8, but that's all contests. Let me turn it to BBM. Hurts and Smith. 2, but I got 1 that's not on this uploaded CSV, and this is another one, so this would be number 4. Still trying to get a single Devonta Smith Jalen build. Sorry, brother. Dude, one pairing that I can't get, and Spags talks about it as well. I have 2. I have 2 shares, but I feel like I should be able to get it whenever I want, is the Puka Marvin Harrison. It's their ADPs basically line up. It's close enough that it should happen more often than it does. And it's so weird. Okay, I can't get it. But when Garrett Wilson pushes in front of Puka, and right now their ADPs are tied, who gets the tiebreaker? Is it just the person that was there before? Curious. All right, coming back to us. There goes the run at tight end. I'm cool with stopping with Conklin too. Half your teams. Yeah, dude, I guess Spags has, I don't think Spags has a single one. And that's his bit. He pulls out his hair. Yeah, this is good take. Good take. Wasn't even the optimal. CD Devontae Adams was optimal. I had so much of that stack though. And I mean, it landed us 4th place in the Dalmatian, so can't be mad. Give us Tyler Conklin. Please don't fuck us. I do not consent. Oh my God, the Ray Davis click too. I do not consent. Do not click Tyler Conklin. I wanted Gibson to. Okay, we're getting greedy. I want Conklin plus one of these RBs. Do we buy the Dobbins? Is this the spot to buy the Dobbins? Oh my God, my team's old and broken. But I do think we could stop with these 2 tight ends if we had to, if we want to add. Likely it'd be adding a 6th running back on this team. Kupp, Smith, Keenan Allen, Ridley, Curtis Samuel, AD, and Burton's fun. What's Underdog got here for ADP? Gross. Michael Wilson could make sense here too for the stack and bring back. But we already have Benson. We already have the bring back. Let's just lean into that. Demarcus Robinson for a stack. Demarcus Robinson hits because Kupp goes down. So I don't love pairing those 2. I'll pair it with Puka a lot more than I will with Kupp. I think with Puka, it's actually could be a pretty sharp combo. Just some big brain thoughts for the boys in the live chat. Dude, probably just legit soreness. Probably just soreness. That's where he's not going to. he's not going to have this huge role. But what are we at for percent-wise? We're at 5%. We got a few pick drop on him. He's out there. He's playing football. That's probably more than what we thought we were going to see this time of year. So I'll add a few shares and then I'll fade if he rises too much. But I think it's fine to add shares right now. 2472. I could be convinced to stop here at 7 receivers if I had to. We'll have to play it. Have to play it by. A lot of people say play it by ear. We're gonna have to play this one by eye, though. Bucky Irving off the board at 172 after getting a highlight reel of like just basically catching one ball in wide open space and running straight. Michael Wilson off at 173. Mims. The Michael Wilson click here seems pretty polarizing in this range. It's like Michael Wilson and then rookies. So seems like a decent option. It's basically a more expensive Tyler Boyd though. McMillan off at 178. We get clicked off the McMillan. We're at 20%, so probably a good thing. Adding a third rookie here would have been fun, but maybe we do end up getting Tolbert with our last click. Or Dortch. Tolbert or Dortch. What's the news on Russ? Okay. Yes, because Justin Fields has been working with the ones. With Russ out, and seems like Fields has been making some plays. We have three picks left. And if you guys are just joining me, tomorrow we are going to be live at 2 p.m. Eastern with Hayden Winks for a weekly winners video. So if you guys want to see that, make sure you hit the subscribe button and put the bell on for notifications so you don't miss it. Yeah, and Vidal just running with the twos is not good news. My worry for Vidal is basically like all his production was it's at Troy. So like, you have to take that with a grain of salt based on where he played. Got a really good landing spot. We'll see. Like Dobbins could go down too. And the answer to this backfield could just be none of them. Like, what if it's just some gross split? But if one goes down, two probably end up doing pretty well. I would just anyone but Gus, in my opinion. And I have 4%, which is interesting. We have him about 7 spots behind ADP. Feels like I'm taking him less, though. I'm going to have to look at that again. We'll double tap this right here if it's there for us. We will double tap this if it's here for us. It is. Can we double tap it? You have Gesicki on the board. I think we do. We're going to have one more pick. We could spend it at receiver. Like, would you rather 3 tight ends on this build and your last tight end's like one of these guys? Like, I guess you could stack Colby Parkinson. Or would you rather spending it at running back? And in my opinion, it's going to be, you're going to get some more upside at RB than you would from one of these tight ends. I like the Juwan click too, though, to be honest. Josh, over at bestballoverlay.com, has made me aware that there is an update. There's an update. So we have to see if this is live. Oh dear. The update is live. Oh my god. You can now click on the player to see their ADP movement over the course of the whole freaking offseason. There's too many cool updates. I can't take it. There's too many cool updates. There's too many. There's just too many. This is insane. In the visualization, like he updated this. Like this looks sick. My God. Josh is building cool shit every single day. For the price of less than 1 BBM. for the price of less than 1 BBM a month. You too could be plus EV. Potentially. Chris, what's up, man? How you doing? I like this. You add in the Dolchich. Who has the better mustache? Get on the Google images. Who has the better mustache? Dolchich or Minshew? The people need to know. The people need to know. Dude, what a crazy update, though. That is so sick. Can't take it. 13 picks away. We're ending with either... Oh, Tolbert goes at 197. Okay. Maybe we go tight end then. Juwan's off the board. I love 18th round Juwan, too. He goes in the 17th here. Javon Baker off at 204. Let's see. Do you ever run more than 2 tight ends and 2 QBs? Strictly run 2, 6, 8, 2. Oh God, yeah, I do a wide array of different builds, but I usually let my first 3 to 4 picks sort of dictate what it's going to be, right? I don't end up with 2 RBs through 4 rounds very often. So a lot of them are going to be around 7 or 8 receivers will be maybe 80%, maybe even a little higher of my build. 88% of my build would be like 7 or 8 wide receivers with either 3 QBs or if it's 2, then 3 tight ends. But trying to stay to a lot of 2 tight end builds this year. No Cat Mac in the house. What's good, Pounders? Pumped for the weekly winter stream tomorrow. Me too, man. I know a lot of people have been loving that content, and there's just not a ton out there. It's just there's so many contests, and then trying to actually get my numbers up in these contests with the toddler as well. It's like I can't draft as much off stream as I used to be able to. Not a bad thing. It's actually probably a very healthy thing. But it means when I'm on stream, I have to get my limbs in. I have to get my BBMs in, so... Are you worried about having so much Singletary? Not really, because if I stop now, I'll end up with probably around 20% or like 18%. And Singletary's risen more than a round since the contest is open, so I feel really good about it. Stevenson, how much Stevenson are we at? I'm not that high on Stevenson. Like we have 14%. We're 7 spots above ADP on him. But we have everyone reworked. It's not like he's just the only one that moved. You know, our rankings are, I update them at least once a week. Yeah, no cap. You got it, dude. You got it. I love me some Tyrone Tracy. I just focus getting better prices on players. Here's the run at tight ends. We're probably... Even Colby Parkinson goes, we're probably going to end off with the receiver then. I guess I wouldn't mind the Khalif Raymond click. Get that Detroit piece. Knox goes. So we end up with the week 16 bring back for our LA Rams stack. We have a week 17 bring back for that same LA Rams stack. And we don't end up getting a correlated piece for the Philly stack, but it's okay. It just didn't run our way. We could have gone Zeke, but like, I don't know. End of season against Philly, high scoring. Trying to think of the game script of that game. It's probably going to be heavy throwing. 47-point game total. I would have rather just risk it and and try to go like Tolbert, but we end up pairing this with a late Khalif Raymond. Get a Detroit piece. So we end up with the 2-6-8-2. Hurts and Staffy, CMC, Mostert, Benson, J.K. Dobbins, Estime, and Roshan. Cup, Devonta Smith, Keenan Allen, Ridley at 72. And then we take that closing line value and we just instantly spend it. The Curtis Samuel we drag up to 73. AD, Burton, and Khalif Raymond with Njoku and Conklin. I'm cool if you guys want this to be Sanders too. I think you could flex that spot. I think it ends up being likely ends up being a luxury pick. But like, how many extra points are you getting from Sanders over replacement on Njoku and Conklin? Then how many extra points are you getting from Raymond over replacement? It's probably pretty negligible. So that's why I think it ends up being a luxury pick. But this was a fun one. This was number 80. Let's make sure that we mark this one down. Let's see, live draft at 7:28. Oh my God, boys. We are inching so close to NFL kickoff, and I couldn't be more excited. The tool is also going to be utilized for the battle royales. So if you like those in-season contests, you're going to have a similar thing where it's going to actually show you the weather, which I don't typically care for, especially like when contest opens on Monday or Tuesday, but something I'm definitely weighing more heavily on Friday, Saturday as we get closer, Sunday morning drafts. And that's just, I've been using this since week 6 last year. We just didn't want to release. So releasing to everyone for this year, the overlay will also include the battle royales. So I appreciate you guys coming out. Appreciate you guys slapping the like, hitting the sub. We're going to be doing a 24-hour live stream at 2K subs. If you guys want to see that, make sure you subscribe. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a good Sunday night. Pounders.